Break the board sports. Here we go. Super Bowl 60 is set, and we have the rematch. Seahawks versus Patriots. Last time these two tangoed in the Super Bowl, it changed both franchises' trajectory tremendously. RJ Cash, Break the Board Sports. Click that like, hit subscribe. When you go here and you look at, obviously, Malcolm Butler back in that Super Bowl, the play call for Russell Wilson to throw the slant rather than run 1 yard with the beast, Marshawn Lynch. Patriots hoisted the Super Bowl trophy. Was very good for me. I had them in that game. Was scared. Thought I was cooked. Thank God for Malcolm Butler and Bill Belichick going over that play. Now these two teams tango again, and the Patriots coming off of a really ugly game. A game when you look back at it, Denver Broncos hop out 7-0, and then really Sean Payton found every which way to lose that game. The play calling, not just passing up the field goal. And when you look back on that, listen, 10-0 with the way that defense was playing, whether the blizzard came or not, you need points. I think sometimes these guys get way too enamored with going for it all the time. And then play calls really change things. I mean, same thing can be said about the Rams. You drive all the way down the field. You're going for the touchdown. You got first and goal from like the 8. And you can't get it in. You go 4 straight passes when you had been running the football on the Seattle Seahawks. So really interesting play calling, both from the Rams standpoint and the Broncos standpoint. I still think the better team, the Patriots, came out of the AFC Championship game there. And now we have this matchup. And for Matthew Stafford and the Rams, I don't know what better of a chance they had to get across the finish line. Now, for Seattle, listen, I've knocked Sam Darnold till I can knock him. He played great. He played fantastic. And Seattle is just a much better team right now. They're a better team. New England's young. They're upcoming. But the Seattle Seahawks are a very fast, physical team here. When you look at the Seahawks, they're laying 4.5 in Super Bowl 60 in Santa Clara. 46.5 is your total. Now, over the last 20 years, Super Bowl totals in the 40s have tended to go under. So right now, again, 46.5, 60% of the ticket count, 62% of the handle, only a day in. We got 2 weeks, so these numbers are going to change. But just kind of want to give you what the public and sharps hopped into right there. A lot of people always trying to get the best of the line. 40% of the ticket count, 38% of the handle to the under. And then as far as the side, as you would expect, the Seattle Seahawks at laying 4.5, 78% of the ticket count, 82% of the handle going their way. 22% ticket count, 18% of the handle going to the way of the New England Patriots. Now, if you look, underdogs have covered 5 straight Super Bowls, 5 straight. The favorites have won 37 of the last 59 Super Bowls, 64% for favorites to win straight up, outright. Seattle rolls into this winning 9 straight. New England comes into this winning 6 straight. New England 5-1 ATS. Seattle 4-1 ATS. If you take away the Super Bowl matchup with the Malcolm Butler pick, that's the only win the Patriots have had in the last 5 meetings with Seattle. Seattle's 4-0. The over between these two teams has cashed 7 straight games, and the Patriots, 6 of their last 8 games have went over the total. Seahawks 16-3, Patriots 17-3. When you look here at the overall, Seattle, second scoring offense in the National Football League, 29.2 points per game. Patriots are 8th, 27.2. Seattle's defense, number 1 scoring defense in the National Football League, 17.1 points per game. New England's number 2, 17.3. They're in that way of looking at it. Listen, the big thing is going to be when you break down, it's going to be Drake May, right? How does he respond? And I think that's really the issue for the New England Patriots is May really struggled. Now, again, I know there was elements. There was all kinds of stuff going on there in Denver. First big playoff game on the road. The weather, that Denver defense is really good. But how I saw him stack up with that Denver defense gives me a lot of concern because this Seattle defense is going to get after him. Also, I don't know if Diggs and Booty can get the separation from Witherspoon and company there on the backside. And then the other thing is Christian Gonzalez. Are they going to? The only hope is to have him shadow in Jigbo wherever he goes. JSN has been absolute monster, a tear. Now, the fact that New England's strength is that front four and against the running the football there, that's going to be a big key because Kenneth Walker has been an absolute just a dog. He's been absolutely incredible. If you look at the early mark, and again, a lot of this can change. But if you look at Kenneth Walker, 80 yards to go over 80 yards plus 105 right now, you got to think. I mean, he's just been balling, but this Patriots defense, Vrabel, you feel like they'll have it ready to go and ready to really slow him down because, again, he's been absolutely incredible. When you look at the anytime touchdown scores, Kenneth Walker minus 185, Smith and Jigba minus 105. That's really my biggest thing. JSN wrecked the game against the Rams. Absolutely wrecked it. I can't believe that they could not slow him down. It's like he was running wide open all the time. I would have thought Durant and all would have. I just thought they would have did a better job with that. So they got to have put Gonzalez on him and try to shadow him. I don't know what else you do other than that. There, another thing to look at is going to be Drake May from a rushing yard standpoint. Does he escape out of the pocket and try to run, pick up yards that way? That's going to be really interesting. Right now, his prop is over 35 yards. So that'll be something you definitely want to look at. First half, I always look, can I get the under 24.5? It's under 23.5, minus 135. Don't really like that. I would like to get a little bit different kind of look at that. Now, FanDuel has it. You can buy the under 24.5 minus 172. I think there's some legs for that. My early indication is, again, I've been down on them all year. I've been knocking them all year. But listen, the Seattle Seahawks, I just don't see a way they don't win this game. Dogs have covered in 4 straight Super Bowls. All right. The Dogs have covered in 4 straight Super Bowls. And not only have Dogs covered in 4 straight, they've also won 3 straight. So when I look at that, it just I just cannot see New England. I think now is the time for the Seattle Seahawks. Sam Darnold and company. I think he comes to life here on this one. I think if you go over to FanDuel, that under 24.5 first half, it's juiced minus 170. But if you parlay that with the Seahawks money line, you're plus 125. I think that's a great way to look at it. I also wrote down here, if you take the Seattle Seahawks on the money line and Sam Darnold to be the Super Bowl MVP, which would be really hard to not see him do that, it's plus 230. If you wanted to hedge it off, you can do Seahawks with Kenneth Walker, Seahawks money line with Kenneth Walker MVP, or Seahawks money line with JSN MVP at plus 960. I think you got to sprinkle a little bit of that on JSN. I mean, he's been incredible. But my early lean, Seattle Seahawks get this done. I don't know about laying 4.5, but I'm going to find a lot of different ways to get the Seattle Seahawks money line involved. I think they are your Super Bowl 60 champion. We'll have 3 or 4 more shows on this minimum as the Super Bowl rolls on. RJ Cash, Break the Board Sports, giving you stats, trends, and information to help you with your handicap. Whether you fade or follow, hope you guys win your bets. God bless and happy handicapping.